The vast amount of new digital data and technologies will create its challenges. As I mentioned earlier in the speech, a lot of companies have struggled a little bit or have had a little bit of trouble trying to understand how do they monetize the information they already do have. And now what you're doing is you're taking this information and the information is exploding. You talk about the hype curve and the trough of disillusionment. Gartner tracks key retail technologies through the hype, and right now we're in that hype phase. Social media, and there's a number of other informations that are becoming digital, and we are in that hype phase, and some of those technologies are starting to go through disillusionment. Not all technologies make it to the other side, and I'm sure Duncan could talk about that a little bit more, but some will make it and some won't. Some will make it past the hype and disillusionment, and some won't. You take a look at focus on data which can be monetized, and I think that's the key. It's great having a lot of information, but what are you going to do with it? Not all information is equal to all retailers. As you mentioned, Facebook for some retailers would be a great medium. Twitter might be another, but it doesn't always mean that those pieces of information and those tools are going to be great for your business. So you need to stay focused on the data, but you need to stay focused on how you're going to monetize that data and how it fits with your brand and your overall strategy. You take a look at customer privacy concerns. I think many of us take for granted that when we go through an airport, we know that almost every step that we walk through that airport, we're being filmed. And we accept that because that's for our broader safety and that's for our understanding that we know that they're doing it for a broader purpose and it's for our benefit. But can you imagine walking through retail stores where you get that sense that there's a camera watching you as you're going through the store and identifying you as a mask, maybe not as a person, but as this mask going through the store and all the way from check-in to check-out. A little bit creepy, maybe a little bit disturbing, it just depends. But I think the key for retailers to understand is that customers take a little time to go through this acceptance phase and accept the technologies around them. And retailers need to make sure that they don't move too fast and don't take the customer along for the journey. The more the customer starts to accept these technologies and what you're using these technologies for, and you're not taking it to that extreme, the more successful this information and all this digital information and analytics can be in your business. Taking a look at integrating with digital strategy, and I know Jen's going to talk a lot about digital strategy in the last case study. But again, the focus of any digital information and any use of analytics in any form has to be connected to what you would consider your digital strategy. It doesn't make sense to analyze millions and millions or terabytes and petabytes of data if it doesn't fit with what you're trying to accomplish within your own digital strategy. And Brent talked about that with the framework. Everything fits together, but everything has to be integrated. So if I were to conclude, I would suggest that we've come a long way from the traditional POS and the loyalty data. I mean, I worked a lot of years in loyalty so far, and we've come from the what, where, when, and the who to the how. We've got more data than ever before. It's digital, it's accessible, and it's public knowledge. Analytics technologies can now effectively mine this new data efficiently, fast, and effectively, and give retailers more insight into what customers are doing before they get to that purchase and after they get to that purchase. So utilizing this information won't be without its challenges, but the retailers that are going to be successful are going to be the ones that try to early adopt and figure out how this new digital wave of information around the purchase and this whole path to purchase is going to fit within their business.